Color Purple is splendid and highly recommended. Tragic, hilarious, loud, energetic, fun, and heartwarming. The Color Purple on stage at Goodman Theatre is nearly 3 hours of nonstop entertainment, featuring an outrageously talented cast directed by Lili-Anne Brown with choreography by Breon Arzell. This is Reno Lovison, executive producer at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com, reminding you to please like, share, and of course, subscribe to our website or podcast to be alerted when new content is added. This musical version of The Color Purple, based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Alice Walker, has all of the appearance and qualities of grand opera, beginning with the magnificent set design of Arnel Sanciano, beautiful costumes of Samantha C. Jones, and a gigantic jazz, pop, gospel-inspired score by Brenda Russell, Allie Willis, and Stephen Bray that includes nearly 20 musical numbers, providing every key player their own memorable lead vocal with chorus. The show opens with a wash-line silhouette of two young girls singing a children's chant song, Huckleberry Pie, then moves into the entire company singing Mysterious Ways, setting the tone for the spiritual and circuitous life journey about to take place. Set in rural Georgia in the early part of the 20th century, The Color Purple follows about 30 years of the life of an African-American woman, Celie, beautifully played by Brittney Mack, who's been raped by her father, separated from her children and beloved sister, then beaten by the man she's forced to wed. In the end, she finds her voice and her own strength and passion through the love, support, and inspiration of a few key women around her. Celie's sister, Nettie, Chantel Renee Cribbs, is attractive and intelligent with an ambition to be a teacher that ultimately takes her far from her dear sister and their southern rural roots. Considered ugly and slow with the ability to work like a mule, Celie is married off to Mr., played by Yvonne Tyrone Martin, primarily to keep house and look after his young children. He abuses her relentlessly, but Celie feels trapped with no real options. Gilbert Damali plays Harpo, one of Mr.'s children, who grows up to be a sensitive man, falling in love with Sophia, an outspoken woman who has mastered the phrase, "hell no," which eventually lands her in trouble with the white mayor's wife. Nicole Michelle Haskins plays the role of Sophia to perfection. Observing Sophia's ability to stand up to power and specifically the men in her life, Celie takes notes that ultimately contribute to her own defiance and release from the dominating forces that rule her. The beautiful and talented Shug Avery, played by Ari Williams, is a local girl who made good singing in Memphis and who makes periodic returns home. Mr.'s been hopelessly in love with Shug all his life, but was forbidden by his domineering father, Sean Blake, to unite with a woman considered to be of ill repute. Now considered to be approaching her peak, sick, and with most of her best years behind her, Shug comes to live with Mr. and Celie. As part of this triumvirate, Celie looks after Shug and nurses her to well-being. In the process, the two find a kind of love neither of them has ever experienced before, forging a bond from which Celie draws ever-increasing confidence and strength needed to finally break away from Mr. The story has a happy ending, seeing a repentant Mr. and revitalized, independent, strong Celie vocalizing her personal success in the musical number I'm Here, and is ultimately reunited with her prodigal sibling and children. I'm a little embarrassed to say that I've never seen The Color Purple prior to this, so I'm coming to it with fresh eyes. Several reviewers are quick to compare this to other productions they've seen, but I'm unburdened with the urge to make comparisons. In my opinion, this is the level of quality theater you expect to see in a Chicago Loop production. The appreciative and interactive audience on the night we saw this was spectacular in itself. They were loving this show and expressing it vocally and with exuberant ovations throughout the performance. However, when a scene was serious or softly emotional, you could not hear a pin drop. This kind of audience participation is part of the live theater experience, bringing an added dimension of fun and excitement. Whether you're a seasoned theater goer or attend a few plays periodically, you absolutely cannot go wrong with this choice. Ideal for Chicago area residents and visitors, this will be a memorable experience, perfect for a special occasion or simply a great night out. Don't miss it. The Color Purple at Goodman Theatre, 170 North Dearborn Street, Chicago, Illinois, through August 3rd, 2025. Running time is about 2.5 hours with one 15-minute intermission. For tickets and other information, visit goodmantheatre.org or call 312-443-3800. There are plenty of parking options nearby, including some discounted parking with details at the website or via the Spot Hero parking app. As I've done before, we opted to grab a pre-show snack at the Dearborn restaurant kitty corner from the Goodman Theatre, taking advantage of their discounted happy hour menu. The fried chicken appetizer was delicious and ample for two of us to share, paired with a cocktail or glass of wine. Be aware, we're comparatively light eaters, but it was perfectly satisfying without making us uncomfortably full. This is Reno Lovison, executive producer at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com, reminding you as always, if you require video assistance for your business or organization, or if you're interested in recording your own memoirs via video, check out renoweb.net.
All I need's a needle and a spool of thread. Got about 1,000,000 patterns in my head. All the ladies next are gonna love to dance when they in Miss Celie's pants. Styles that make you feel like a queen.
That woman's a whiz with the sewing machine.
Who that say, who that say, who that say, who that say, who that say what she